Guys, what's going on? Welcome to Serial at Midnight. My name is Heath, and this is a 5-minute review for the movie Stuber, starring Dave Bautista and Kumail Nanjiani. I'm a fan of Bautista, particularly his wrestling career. I've followed him basically throughout his entire career. He has now left wrestling. He is officially retired, and he is dedicated full-time to Hollywood. And he reminds me in that way of Dwayne Johnson, a.k.a. The Rock. But maybe not The Rock now, because The Rock now is a superstar. But if we go back to early 2000s, let's say 2000, 2001, The Rock was just another wrestler trying to transition into film. And some of the movies were good, some of them were not so great. But we all agree, I think, that Dwayne Johnson was the bright spot in whatever wasn't great. He always made what he was in better because he was in it, because he showed up, he did the work, he was committed to it. And that Bautista has that work ethic, and I really want him to succeed in these things. One of the things that I had to come see this at the theater because I listened to a podcast interview with Dave Bautista. He was talking to Chris Jericho, another wrestler, and he was basically saying Stuber is my big. It's my first role as like a lead or a co-lead. I'm not. So like in Guardians of the Galaxy, he's sharing billing is an ensemble cast, but this movie. He's really, having just seen it, I would say he's the co-lead with Kumail Nanjiani, but I've just seen the movie. I think Dave Bautista is the lead here. He is the draw. There's a lot of mileage from that buddy comedy kind of a thing where he's the tough guy, Kumail is the sensitive guy or whatever. But I really think Bautista is our main character here. We start the movie with him, we end the movie with him. And so I know Bautista was worried about this because it's a $30 million, I think it's a $30 million movie. So by modern standards, that's kind of a low budget. But he was still worried about, box office is everything. Unfortunately, that's one of the downsides of modern cinema is that these studios make these movies and then they live and die on that opening weekend. And that sucks for movies because if they're going up against, like this movie's going up against Spider-Man Far From Home, and what can compete with Spider-Man Far From Home? So that's not a great model, but he was concerned about it. So I am here to show my support for Bautista. Having said that, how is the movie? Well, it's fine. It's okay. It's not great, and it's not terrible. It's decent. Most movies, we live in a society where like this is the best or this is the worst. Most things are fine. They're okay. I certainly am glad that I came to see it. I had a good time. I laughed. I enjoyed the action scenes. There's nothing mind-blowing here. It's pretty much what I was expecting from the trailer. Although, I have to say, there are 2 actors in this movie that are not advertised in the trailers. One of them, I'll tell you, is Mira Sorvino, who is in this movie. I don't know why that was buried and not put in the trailers. You guys ever get the impression that a movie marketing machine does not know how to promote the movie that they've made? Like, this movie was clearly greenlit, and then it kind of feels sometimes like, do they want this movie to succeed? Another reason I say that is because there's so this movie has another Marvel Cinematic actor in it. In fact, so Dave Bautista plays Drax in Guardians of the Galaxy. This movie has another Guardians of the Galaxy actor in it that's not advertised in the trailers, and I kind of get why. It's kind of a surprise. It kind of sets up the backstory maybe a little bit, but I would put it in the trailer to let people know what's happening, let people, get people in the theater, hey, there's not just one Guardians of the Galaxy actor here, there are 2. I don't know. The movie is fine. The movie is good. I'm glad I came to see it. I'm glad I supported Big Dave and Kumail. Both guys super talented. Maybe at times the script feels like it doesn't quite know what to do with him. Maybe it feels like it goes on just a little off the rails at a couple of points. Again, what are you going to do? It's fine. This is not Shakespeare. This is a buddy comedy movie about a cop and an Uber driver that get thrown into circumstances together, and stuff happens. So, I don't know. If I'm going to rate it, I will rate it. I will give it 3.25 cereal spoons out of 5. It's better than 3, but I'm not ready to go 3.5. I think 3.25 is really where I'm at on that one. So, I don't know. Have you guys seen it? What do you think about it? What do you think about Dave Bautista as he transitions into this Hollywood acting career? I think he's good. I think he's got the stuff. I think he's got a lot of experience yet to come in his future, but for where he's at now, coming off these Marvel movies, he's got a lot of potential. So I really would love to see him continue to expand to get these more dramatic roles, more leading roles. So I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But I do hope the best. I hope for the best for Dave Bautista. So guys, again, let me know what you guys think about the movie. If you saw it or your first impressions on the trailer, we'll just talk about it in the comments below. So guys, thanks for hanging out, talking about some Stuber. I appreciate you so very much. So take care. And until next time, I will catch you later.